Hey everybody, and welcome to Drinking Buddies. I'm Phil from Beer Goals, and tonight my beer goal is to have a beer with my buddies. And it's a special Happy 420 episode to you guys that are out there celebrating 420. We've got some special beers. But first, our special drinking buddy guest tonight is Jenny from Beer Talk Radio. We're gonna give a special cheers to Jenny. All right. And we're going live, Jenny. All right. Cheers, Jenny from Beer Talk Radio. How are you?
Hey, happy 420. Can you shut the door, please?
Yeah, shut the door so the drinking can start. All right.
Some of us are celebrating 420 with our families.
There you
So,
go. I hear you. Me too. All right. So everybody, we're gonna have a cheers. Our goal here tonight is beer goal is to have a cheers with everybody around the country and around the world. So
oh,
in the comments, let us know what beer you are drinking and where you're from, and we'll give you a shout out and a cheers. But first, Jenny, tell us where are you at right now? What are you drinking?
well, I am in Northern California, Oakland, San Francisco area. No, otherwise known as the Bay Area, and we're hella cool. I'm hella Bay, and there's nothing more hella Bay than Lagunitas.
Oh, nice.
Lagunitas, um, Lagunitas is one of the front runners in the craft beer scene, one of the pioneers in the craft beer scene. All of their labels, all of their brew styles have a very specific story behind them. I feel a personal connection to Lagunitas because it was the very first brewery tour that I ever took when I moved up to the Bay Area about 6 years ago.
Oh, okay.
And unfortunately, Lagunitas has been absorbed by Heineken, so
Oh,
they're no longer independent.
okay.
However,
Still
today
tastes
is
good.
420, and
Yeah.
I've been pre-gaming all day. I don't give a fuck. We're gonna drink this.
All right. Cheers
This
for
is their
California beers. That was actually I
yes.
took a tour of Lagunitas as well. I'm actually drinking. So we're both drinking California beers here in California. So I'm in Los Angeles and I'm drinking a the Stone Brewing. I saw this and I had to grab it. I was on my grocery run in the apocalypse and I got my beer. I knew I had to get was Stone Brewing Enjoy by 420 IPA. They had Stone always does like an amazing Enjoy by IPAs, and I knew I had to try this one. It's pretty hoppy. I think that's what they're going for, a little dankness. But this one actually has a 9.4%. I don't know if you can see that on my awesome webcam here. 9.4% ABV. So as this show goes on, things are going to get fun. But I
I
knew I had
hope
to try
so.
this one. Yeah, so let us know. We were going to check out. There's a lot of actual THC infused beers out there recently. I know it's 420, so if I don't think I've actually tried anything with THC. This one's just super hoppy. It's got a good nose on it for you guys that like the hop fuel. It's pretty good IPA, strong IPA from Stone. They always do a good job. So I've noticed there's actual THC like weed infused beer. Have you tried any of those? Have you? Or does that one actually have THC in it, or is it?
I have never tried a THC beer, and it's been something I've been wanting to save it for a special episode of my podcast. By the way, my you can find
Yeah,
my podcast on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, and Spotify.
yeah. Check it out.
Beer
Beer
Talk
Talk
Radio is the
Radio.
name of my pod.
Nice. Awesome,
Beer Talk
awesome.
Radio. Beer Talk Radio is the name of my podcast, and I've been saving it for a special episode, but I think that special episode is going to be with you.
Yeah,
So
awesome.
this is actually THC infused. That is 10 milligrams. I assume it's milligrams of THC and 2 milligrams of CBD. So this
Mm,
should give a
wow.
nice light high. I am a lifelong pothead, so I don't really smoke marijuana that's any less than about 18%.
Oh,
So
wow, okay.
10 milligrams is not going to be a lot. Hopefully, I will feel it, but no, I've never drank a THC infused beer before, and
Nice.
it's just fortuitous that I should finally do it on your show, Phil.
All right, well, cheers to that. Cheers to THC beers. Yeah. Woo! All right, let's know how it is.
So,
Well, I
so
saw this one. There was like a whole list. Here, I'll throw this up here. The Hop Chronic, which is THC infused
I've
IPA.
seen
This
that.
one's, yeah, this one's from Flying Dog Brewery, which I believe is out of Maryland. And I'll have to try that while I'm drinking my 50 beers in 50 states beer goal. I've not done Maryland yet. I think I've had a couple from Maryland, but I have not finished Maryland. So I'll have to try the Hop Chronic maybe for next 420.
Why
So
How about next 420, me and you both get that one, and then we'll try
nice.
it together.
Nice, yeah. So there's a couple of them. Yeah, it's interesting though because I know in like different states, like the legality of it. Obviously, here in California, it's like fully legal. They can brew with whatever kind of ingredients they want. Marijuana. I don't even know what do they actually use to like. So they put is it the oil or what? Do you know what they put in it to actually make
You
it?
know, you know what? From what I've read, it's mostly extracts that they add after it's been brewed. So, I
Okay,
mean, that's typical. Honestly, that's typical of a lot of flavored beers, and that's one of the things that I really try to give very honest beer reviews on my show about is whether
sure.
I taste something that tastes artificial or something that tastes legit. Now, this one, the Hi-Fi hops. Um, it
Ooh,
really, really smells like a sativa. It's really danky, it's really earthy. And
wow.
what's crazy about it is I think it might not actually even be a beer. It's a sparkling water,
Oh, weird.
0 calorie and gluten free. So I actually missed out
Okay.
on the beer. Um, but it's a non-alcoholic beverage. Everything about
Okay.
hops, 0 calories, zero carbs, infused with the finest THC from the finest sun-grown absolute extracts cannabis. So, well, this will be a different experience. The wave of the
It's
seltzer
healthy. It's good
beers is, yeah,
for
it's
you.
healthy.
No, it's,
I see the
yeah.
seltzer beers about
I
and
love the
everything.
glass you're drinking out of, by the way.
What?
Is that a tulip glass? Or is that I love the glass you're drinking out of. Is that a tulip glass? What do you
I
call that?
believe
That's
it
like a
is. It's
tulip. I
teeny
think they're called
tiny
tulip.
though. I mean, it kind of resembles a sherry glass, or a brandy glass. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I got this
Awesome.
from Drake's.
Awesome.
You got Drake's down in Southern California, right?
Oh yeah, Drake's is great. Yeah, Drake's is an excellent brewery. Trying to remember what they do that's I really enjoy. Are they are they are they from Colorado, right? What am
No,
I thinking
they're
of?
from my state. They're like down the
Oh
street
no.
from me. They're in San Leandro.
Oh,
Yeah,
awesome.
they have
Okay.
three
Yeah, yeah,
locations in
okay.
Northern California, but their barrel house is located here in San Leandro. And one of my first interviews for my podcast was their master brewer. So I have a good
Oh,
relationship
awesome.
with Drake. Yeah.
Very cool. I'll have to check that out. Yeah, check out Beer Talk Radio, talking beer. I love it. I love it. Yeah, I'm checking this out. So this 420, they said all right, every year people enjoy 420, blah blah blah. For us, it means that some of our favorite stone enjoying by IPA is available. So they just made this like extra hoppy, I think, to kind of mimic the aroma, if you will, of the 420 culture. But
Okay.
it's really enjoyable if you like a strong hoppy beer. But yeah, I still gotta try some of those crazy beers. I don't know. To me, I'm like, is it actually good or does it just taste like you're drinking someone's bong water? Like I don't know, you know. I'm not a huge guy into that myself, but like I like the hoppy beer. I think I'll stick with that. Very
You might
cool.
actually have a better, I think you do have a better beverage than I do. It stinks. Like, it really fucking stinks. It really
Oh
smells
no.
like pipe water. I can definitely, it smells like weed. It smells like weed, but it smells like stinky pipe water. It doesn't have that light floral,
Yeah, yeah.
um, citrusy kind of notes that the actual marijuana flower has. It's
So it's
like all of the
enjoyable.
leftovers.
So it's enjoyable neither for beer drinkers or pot smokers. It's just a wash completely.
You know what? I'm gonna have to say Lagunitas missed the mark.
Uh-oh. All
They
right.
should have they should have stayed independent. They probably could have brewed something better.
Something actually good, like a strong beer with THC.
Ooh,
Yeah,
right
cheers to
word.
independent beers. Cheers to independent beers. All right. So yeah, so if you guys are in the comments, let us know where you're drinking from. We will give a cheers out to your state. We're both in California today, but we like to toast around the country. Let's see, we've got who's talking to us here? We got Angela. Angela Young says a Spaceman Dippa from Boulevard Brewing Company. That's a pretty yeah. Boulevard Brewing's great. I believe that's Missouri, right? I'm getting my beers wrong today.
Bullet
I don't know.
Bouldering.
Oh, is it
Boulder
Boulder?
Company?
Oh,
Boulder
Boulder.
Beer
I
Company.
can't read.
It
I
must be
told you 90.
Colorado.
Probably, yeah, Colorado. I think that's Colorado. Awesome. Well, cheers, Angela, for Boulder Beer Company. All right, yeah. So I wanted to. I found a couple funny, weird beer news. This is the stuff we were going to talk about, some weird beer news, and I love this story. And I was wondering what you thought about it. So there was this woman. I think it's in the UK. I'm going to put this up here next to us. She was trying to stop her husband from going to the pub, which is ridiculous. It's like a wacky sitcom. They can't just go to the pub together. She's trying to like stop her man from going to the pub. And so in order to get him to stay home, she actually built a wash, because on the one hand, he's trying to get away from her because I don't know, she must be annoying. But then on the other hand, she built like this incredible homemade pub. So it kind of like made up for it. She's got, it looks incredible. It's called the Doghouse Inn. Get it? He's in the doghouse.
Mhm.
So she's having beers with her, like they're having beers now in the backyard, like in the garden, and it's like a full-on British pub in this like backyard. And I'm like, wow, I'm like actually jealous. And the joke's on us because now he has to stay home anyway, and he has this awesome bar in his backyard. Like everybody was cracking jokes before, but it's like, you know what? This guy wins. That's like amazing. Did you see that?
I did see that, and I have two opinions about it. So my first opinion is, oh my God, either she is the most loving, supportive wife in the whole world, or she's a very controlling bitch. It's one of the two, because either, I mean, she is controlling what beer he drinks, what is on tap,
Yeah.
I saw the close-ups. I don't know if you can pull up the pictures of. There are a few more pictures of the interior of the bar.
Oh
It looks
yeah.
really cool.
Looks
It looks
awesome. Yeah, I
really
don't have it.
cool.
Yeah.
But I would say I would also argue that perhaps this is a business venture that she needs to start investing in, is like at home man caves for men in
Yes.
London, for like
Yes.
wives that are tired of their men drinking too much or not being at home. And then from a third perspective, I sorry I didn't mention this before. I know this is going to sound so snobby,
No.
but based off of just the few pictures that I saw, um, I've I've been, as a caterer, as a chef, I've been in a lot of rich people's homes, and
Sure.
I've seen better backyard bars than that.
Oh, okay.
But for
Okay.
but for their budget,
Or I'd be like, oh my god, that's amazing. So yeah, she's totally right. It could be like a show. It could be like a TLC show. Like they go and like build home bars and are, like each week she goes to your house and she's like, all right, here's what I'm gonna do, and she like makes this like incredible bar based on like what the people like there. I would totally watch that
Mhm.
home bar makeover. Let's do it. Cheers.
I, I think she's the right person for the job. It's a marketable idea, and she could actually make some money off of it.
Yeah, and I want to get my one of my beer goals is I want to make like an awesome home bar. Like I don't have one right now, so I need like
Mhm.
a cool British pub. I'm trying to think what I would put in it. Probably the best part I love about home pubs or pubs I should say in general is like the games. So if I was going to design like the
Uh-huh.
perfect home pub, like you have your beer lineup, you have your taps, and then you have in like a cool place to sit and like looks like a real bar, and then you have like the games like you got to get like the darts, you got to get like pool table, like all that stuff like set up so it looks like a real bar. So yeah, anybody has a real home bar design, let us know in the comments what your bar is, like what your beer goals home bar.
Beer Gold Bar.
Beer goals bar, there you go. Cheers. Mm. Wow, these hops are wow. That is like it's like a mouthful of hops. I'm enjoying it, but every time I take a gulp, I'm like, whoa. Mm, I'm gonna keep
Well, you
going.
know what?
It'll be fun.
The more that I drink this one, the more that it grows on me. It definitely has a very strong marijuana aftertaste to it, and I'm
Okay.
already getting cotton mouth. So as soon as I finish this one, I'm gonna have to move on to another beer.
Oh wow,
I
for
wanted
sure.
to tell
Yeah.
you, I've been pre-gaming for like the last couple of hours, and I've been
Oh,
drinking some really good ones today. You want to see what
nice.
I've been drinking?
What did you drink? Let's see them.
Okay. So I would never ever really go for a gluten-free beer, but I didn't know this was gluten-free when I bought it because
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just wanted to taste it because it was a San Francisco company. This is the Sufferist, the Sufferist. This is
Oh,
for
okay.
like This is a beer for like athletes, so it's gluten free, and I'm pretty sure it's low in ABV. It's low in alcohol. It's low in calories too. It only has 95 calories, and this is a Kolsch style that they do.
Oh, okay. A
And
beer for athletes. Yeah.
for being gluten free, this was really, really delicious. This was much better than I expected. So this is a great brand to try, I think.
Awesome. Awesome. I love that though. A beer for athletes, like beer fleets. Like, yeah, that'd be more
Well,
like a
I've
beer.
run
Yeah,
a
that'd
couple,
be like me. Like, yeah, I'm an athlete. I'm like, got my beer. I like that. Yeah, that's awesome.
well,
That's
I've
funny.
I've run a couple of marathons and a couple of Spartans myself, and trust me, everybody is drinking beer either on the track, before the track, or after the track. So
I've
trust me,
heard
they're
that. I've heard
drinking.
that you run and then they hand you beer, and I thought it was a joke, but they actually do. I
Oh
used to.
yeah.
I believe it or not, I actually used to work out a little bit, try it a little bit more, and so yeah, there's nothing like a good beer after a workout. That's actually like amazing. That feels like amazing. You got your endorphins going, and then you pound a beer, and it's like, whoa, yeah. So it's like you actually have to get in shape in order to enjoy beer more, which is weird. So it's like, yeah. Yeah,
A
you're
lot of
getting in
work.
shape in order to, because like I mean, look at me. I just drink beer all day, and then like I feel like garbage, and then it's like I
So
don't
do
enjoy
I.
the beer. I don't enjoy the beer as much unless like but after a workout, you're like, all right, I earned it, and then like mentally, but then also, I think like your body is actually able to enjoy the alcohol more, which is ironic. So yeah, cheers to workout beers.
Here's to workout beer.
Yeah, so all right, so another weird beer news item that we had was this is actually cool. Bush Light Beer tweeted out recently that if for people who actually had to cancel their weddings, a lot of stuff's getting canceled these days, super sad, everything going on, graduations, everything else that's happening. So Bush Beer actually tweeted that if your wedding was canceled, they would give you and you can prove it, they will give you a year of free Bush beer, Bush Light, if your wedding was canceled. So you just have to go and post a photo of yourself and say, what you were planning to celebrate, and they'll send you a year of free Bush Light. And you know what? No beer shaming here. They can take our freedom, but they can't take our free beer. Am I right?
That's free beer that I wouldn't want. I would
Yeah.
pass on it.
Yeah.
I'd pass on it. You
Yeah.
know, I
What beer would you want a year of free beer, any kind of beer you could choose? What kind of beer would you choose?
I would choose the Oscar Blues Dale's Pale Ale. That would be
Oh,
my
okay.
free beer for a year, for sure.
Oscar Blue is excellent for sure. Nice.
That's a
Uh-oh.
solid quality beer I mean I pretty much do drink it every day,
Hold on.
if not every other day.
All right, cheers. uh, we let the burps fly here. You can't cover your mouth.
So
We gotta
me
let
too.
them go.
Me too.
Mm,
On my
mm, mm,
podcast, I
mm.
definitely burp on my podcast for sure.
All right. So
It's a professional podcast except for that.
regarding the year of Keith says, "Cheers, Keith." Keith says, "Who's that desperate for free beer that they would drink Bush Light?"
Not
All
me. Not me.
right. All right, let's see. Another comment. Jimmy Warren, cheers, Jimmy. Jimmy saying having a cold bud here. Cheers, Jimmy. All right.
Hi, Jimmy.
Um, oh, is this Glenn from Barbados? I remember him from the
Hi,
beer, the little bit
Glenn.
of, yeah. All right, cheers.
Cheers, my friend. He's awesome. He's super supportive. He loves the craft beer culture. Glenn is the shit. Follow
Yeah,
Glenn. Glenn
yeah.
Lewis. Go ahead.
Oh, thank you for the second annual world's largest virtual beer toast that we have every National Beer Day. Thank you for participating. That was really awesome. So sign up now, guys. Check it out. The third annual world's largest virtual beer toast is going to be almost a year from now. Never too soon to put it on your calendars. We're going to be drinking with the world, hopefully soon. Mm. All right.
Uniting the world through beer. I'm all for it.
Exactly. All right, let's see. Mike Hiller says having a Carling Black Label Supreme 8%. All right, I'm having a 9%. It's not a contest, but I'm having a 9%. So cheers, Mike. All right. Awesome. Very cool. Let's see. Yeah. So what else? Yeah, we're talking about post in the comments what you're drinking and where you're from. Especially today, for those of you that are celebrating 420, we're celebrating with some beer. But let us know if you're drinking a 420 beer, THC infused beer. I've got the Stone Enjoy by 420 IPA. It's super hoppy. Jenny is from Beer Talk Radio is drinking a Lagunitas infused with THC. We discovered it's actually what is it? It's actually sparkling
It's a
water.
sparkling seltzer. It's a sparkling seltzer.
Seltzer. Oh my gosh.
0 calories, gluten free, 95 I'm sorry. Um, it's it's got 10 milligrams of THC and 2 milligrams of
Oh wow.
CBD. So it's not even going to give you a body high at all.
Gosh.
And the THC, but you know what? In like I said, in the aftertaste, it really does taste. It makes my mouth taste like I just smoked a joint. It really does.
Oh man. I don't know if that is
Now
that good or
we'll
bad.
see.
I don't know.
It's good. It's good. I mean, I like the taste. I like the taste. It tastes better than it smells, that's for sure.
Mm. All
Sewer
right.
water.
All right, so one more weird beer news story. I found that I thought this one was actually cool. It's talking about hashtag beer the world together. Right here, beer the world together. This guy found a way to still share beer with his neighbors. I believe it's in Australia. This guy was on he was on the fence about having a beer, and he decided to put up a fence bar. If you can see that there, he's got the stools on each side. He's still social distancing, so he's having a beer 6 feet away from his neighbors, who he normally drinks with at the pub, and he decided to put stools up and have a beer on their fence. I thought that's like a positive story. That's like he figured out a
I
way.
love it.
So, kind of like what we're doing with drinking buddies. We're doing social distance drink virtual, happy hour here. He's like, you know what? I can stay 6 feet away, not gonna, get anybody sick. We're gonna have a beer. I'll wave across the fence, just like we are. I thought that was pretty cool. So more people, more people should do that. All right. So cheers to this guy who fence beers. All right.
Fence beer. I
Who
think
knew
that's
that would
gonna
be a
be a
thing?
thing.
Who knew that would be a thing? Cheers to fence
I think
beer.
it's genius. I love
Yeah.
it. I love the idea.
I might want to do that like after. Like I was thinking, you could go to like your neighbor's house and like just you don't have to like go in, you don't have to like invite yourself. You just put up a beer and a stool by the fence, go around the neighborhood and start having beers at people's houses. It's technically, you're in a public space. You're not you didn't invite yourself in, but you're still having a beer. Like, maybe that's weird, but it might be cool. Just go up to a random fence and start a pub. That's what I would do.
I love the idea. If we had a fence with our neighbors, I would definitely want to buy
Yeah.
one of those or make one of those. And it seems like something like you can do it yourself, DIY. So I think anybody could probably make that with a small piece of wood, a hook, and
Yeah.
some shelving. Yeah, I love the idea, and I think it's really sweet and warm, and it does give you that happy feeling that we all really need right now.
Glenn says sidewalk beers. Cheers, Glenn. So you just like go up on the sidewalk, have a beer like in front of someone's house. People have been doing that. They've been waving and like dancing in front of people's houses. So what you do is you go to the sidewalk, you have a beer. Local liquor laws apply. This might be good for like Las Vegas or something like that. Go up and say, all right, say cheers, everybody. And you have like a social distancing happy hour, but in person. Like we're doing it virtually, they could do it in person. I love it. All right, we just invented something new. Cheers to social distance drinking. Mm.
What are we gonna call that? SDD? Like
STD.
STD.
Yeah,
Do you have an
STD.
STD? Do you have an STD? I have an STD.
All right, Mike says fence beers, yard beers, alley beers. Here we go. Fence beers, yard beers, alley beers, under a bridge beers. Oh, it's like Dr. Seuss. Some Dr. Seuss beers. Things are getting weird because I'm drinking this 9% beer. So, all right. Cheers, Glenn. All right. All right. So, tell us where you're from and what you're drinking. We want to hear from all 50 states. Let's do it. Woo! All right, so tell me about Beer Talk Radio. How long have you been doing it? How did it start? What is? Let me hear this guy. Boop. All right, yeah, I want to hear about Beer Talk Radio. Let us know where you can find it, all your channels, and you've been doing it about 2 years. You said 2 years you've been doing Beer
Almost
Talk.
2 years. Yeah,
Oh
it'll be
wow,
2 years
cool.
in July. Like I said, Drake's was one of my first interviews with their brewmaster. I've interviewed sales reps from Hangar 24,
Mhm.
all the big brands in California, some in Las Vegas, which is the two places that I've lived in the last couple of years. Basically, I created what I wanted to be a business show through the vehicle of craft beer. So I talk about profitability, marketing, mindset. I talk
Awesome.
about branding, customer service, leadership, all of the things that I, as a chef, have seen, observed, taken notice of, learned lessons in terms of hospitality, and really just trying to apply that to the craft beer industry because they are so intertwined. The nightlife is very intertwined with craft beer, restaurants, bars, very intertwined with craft beer. So how do we make craft beer marketable? How do we market craft beer? How do we sell craft beer? How do we get Bud Light drinkers interested in craft beer? How do we find those Segway drinkers so we can start supporting some of these
Um,
smaller local breweries.
yeah, yeah,
I am
yeah,
a certified craft beer support. This is my fourth beer.
yeah.
Well, the
I'm with
seltzer
you.
water doesn't count, but
Yeah, yeah,
it does
yeah.
have the
That was
THC.
hydrating.
It was hydrating, and now I'm ready for another beer, a real beer.
Yeah.
So I am a certified craft beer supporter through the Brewers Association.
Oh, awesome.
I am not super active on social media. I obviously have the Facebook page. All of your fans, if anyone's interested in following me, find me through
Yeah.
Phil's page. Find me in his
Yeah.
craft beer group goals page,
Beer
craft
goals.
goals,
Yeah.
beer goals group page.
And
Okay,
follow
so you had
Beer Talk
9%, but
Radio
I
and
think
look
I've
up
had like
your
20%.
podcast. Yeah, on Beer Talk Radio podcast for sure.
So
That's
find me through
awesome.
there. And please go find me on YouTube. Just search Beer Talk Radio. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Comment, comment, comment. Like. I answer every comment. I subscribe back. You can also find me on Instagram, Jenny _ the
Nice.
Queen of Beers,
The Queen of Beers.
otherwise
I love
known as the Beer
that.
Queen.
Yeah, the Queen of Beers.
Yes, and obviously you can find me here on Facebook as well. So any way
Awesome.
you find me,
Awesome.
I do respond to all comments and suggestions
Yeah,
and feedback. I love doing this podcast.
that's
I've learned
amazing.
so much and I've met so many cool people as a result of it. And I just want to keep it
Yeah.
going and going and going.
Well, especially now, it's like really good. Like you were saying, like the industry, like you're really dialed into the craft beer industry. It's good to support them. So everybody out there, just hope everybody goes out to their local craft brewery, buy some beers. Because it's a really tough time, but you can still pick them up, come back, drink them with us on Drinking Buddies and Beer Goals, and let us know. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's just super important right now to keep this industry that we love live and going. So we'll have it into the future. All right, so cheers for craft beers.
Cheers for craft beer.
All right.
Independent.
Woo!
Always
All right.
independent. Hashtag seek the seal. Hashtag indie beer. Hashtag take back craft.
Awesome.
Always,
Awesome.
always add those to yourself, please.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much, Jenny, for coming and joining Drinking Buddies. We'll hope to see you soon. Everybody go follow all the pages she just mentioned. Beer Talk Radio. And it's really important. Thank you so much. Hashtag Beer the World Together. Hashtag Beer Goals. All right. One more cheers for Jenny from Beer Talk Radio. Woo!
Yeah, I'm out of beer. I still got it. This is just in the last 2 hours, so I got to
Well, I
keep
got to
drinking.
catch up. All right. All right. Well, thank you so
You do
much,
need to catch
Jenny.
up.
This has been awesome. Thank you again.
Bye.
All right. Cheers, everybody. All right. Let us know what you're drinking, where you're from. All right. Cheers.